When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves will be to his brothers." He also said, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May God extend the territory of Japheth. May Japheth live in the tent of Shem, and may Canaan be his slave." After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Altogether, Noah lived 950 years, and then he died. Yeah, finally he died, this guy. I'm kind of start to feel like Noah, he's not necessarily a blameless man, because the ways he did to Canaan, the ways he cursed, I feel like it's more like should I say, more political. Yeah, reasons are like this. He found the scapegoat. He found a scapegoat for Ham, because Ham is his son, right? Also, Ham has his tribes, family, kids, slave, whatever. He started to develop his own territory. So if he directly punished Ham at this moment, what will happen? Ham gonna pissed off, because Ham is a local. Ham is gonna go nuts, right? So it could be cause civil war or something like that. But as a justice is a bitch at this moment, I think. He still need to fulfill that parts. So he need to find some scapegoat. Someone can take the heat or get blamed, relate to the Canaan, relate to the Ham. And the Canaan is the youngest son. And at this time, Canaan probably is very young. I mean, very young. And so I think this incident happened probably after 20, 30, 40 years, probably at that time, So Ham had a couple kids, then some kids already can be fighting, right? Can be a fighting force, can just fight with Ham together. So, but Canaan won't. But Canaan is so young, and it's harmless. So this time, he just chose one, the harmless one, to take all the heat. Well, there is another explanation talk about, maybe Canaan inherited Ham's like a character, inner character. But the problem is this kind of explanation leads I'm talking about a very racial explanation about the human race. And because Canaan populate a lot, and when these kind of explanation talk about is Canaan has this kind of inner character, so the Canaan's like descendants all has this kind of character. So you just machine gun wipe everybody, right? Now I'm not going this direction. I'm just talking about Canaan at this moment take the heat, because Canaan is the youngest one and the harmless one, and he can be the scapegoat, take the heat. When he blessed, because when you punish someone for this one, you need to award someone, because some did the right, some did the wrong. So Shem and Japheth did the right, so he gave what? Shem is the tenth. That time, one is a population, one is wealthy. Population is a part of wealthy. If you have enough slaves, you are wealthy. So Shem, Japheth all get the slave from his brother, from Canaan. Well, whether Canaan will live or die, who cares? But at least he made the look like everything is fair, right? Nobody can say anything. Whether Ham will care or not, that's like time to prove it. So Noah just, well, I've just made the right things, but whether it will uh, execute or will do it, I don't care. Then Shane is more like a wealth, because that time tent, you can live in a tent, real estate business. I think it's more real estate business. All the people needs tent, even Paul, that New Testament Paul is the worker technician to make a tent, right? It's a decent job, so it's decent construction. People always need to live, so tent, to fix tent, make tent, knitting, all the things, that's decent job. And so Shane has this decent structure, probably something related with Shane's like a character. But I highly doubt the real estate real estate is honest, because real estate always cheating, always like shortcuts, always like a low quality. You never see real estate. That's where their money comes from. I think that's my bias against real estate. Yeah. Another thing is Yafes. Yafes, it didn't say Yafes. Yafes, what Yafes will get, but Yafes will live in the Shane's tent. If you live in somebody's tent, you definitely live with somebody's wife, daughter, family, right? It feels weird. Does that feel weird? Yes. I went to Tibet back to 1990, and at that time, I can live like in those farmer, those people's like tents, and they are very like warmed, and their wife, their daughters, if they think you are cute, you are strong, they may give you some good treats. So, but is that like a Yafes get? No, not necessarily. Maybe like a back early time, or humans still have that kind of habit. They want to populate, so they want a stranger to make a new gene to their tribe. But it's not that blessing. The blessing is, I think it gives Yafes and Shane very strong alliance between each other. So Yafes can freely live in a tent, and Shane will have no objection, right? And they share food, they share living, share a lot of values. That's they have a strong bond between each other. At least kind of like it's more political way. You beat one, you make these two alliance, you make these two together. So you're not really separate three. You need the separation, and you need the alliance. That's what I sense from this whole sentence. And I think probably Noah does this before the great flood, because who can be blameless? No one. Think about the structure right now. The Supreme Court judge, is anyone blameless? No, still someone. They still start to find some fault from them, right? But if someone can beat these parts to make that side, another side like satisfied or say nothing, yeah, this is a good judge, right? Check those cases. Someone they punished are small fish, and those fishes never really able to turn around. But you know what? Big sharks, those big players, they still play own games. Then till the game need to be till the game certain points, some scapegoat was sacrificed. Yeah, that's the political things. I highly think Noah is a more tend to political figure instead of a justice. No. I ask myself, is any other possibility Noah? It's not like we thought about it. He's more political, injustice, or hypocrite, or something, or dumb, whatever. So I kind of like, I start to like read more about his cursing and blessing. Maybe I'm just overthinking too much. I realize the cursing is not necessarily cursing at this point, and the blessing is not necessarily blessing, because in the long run, I notice. So when Noah told Ham that his son, the youngest son, Canaan, will be his brother's slave, the condition is if you, three elements, right, brothers all existed, either they die or they're not unable to reach you. So actually there is a hint within this cursing, or actually it's a hope within the curse. Just if you run far away enough, you stay away from your brothers, then you won't be a slave, right? Because if they existed, they can catch you, then you will be slave. But if they cannot catch you, then you won't be slave. There's no condition to satisfy. So I think this is a possible structure of the curse. When someone curses another one, I think mostly it's the curse, but there is still little hope, a little exit door for the curse. The curse is restricted. Only probably one condition to be satisfied, then you can stay away from the curse. So that even fits high wisdom, that kind of way talking. It's very interesting. I think again, Noah, that time should be like a 700, around 700, because ancient time people give a birth really slow. So he's a 600 after the flood. Then as a farmer, he's still able to do the work. So people like a 70-ish, they still can work in the field, right? But 80, it's hard. Maybe they can do a little bit. So Noah at that time is pretty old. So he's not like a young people just talk straight. He might just talk a little like with a metaphor, a little hidden message within his message. That's the ways when you talk to the old people, they're not necessarily talk straight or give a straight judgment. Yeah, that's what I think. So Ham, if he stay away from Shem and Japheth and Shem, he won't be a slave. Yeah, but Ham, his a character, or Ham, his a final fate, the fate still under Shem and Japheth. The reason is his crime or his mistakes still need to be paid. Also, Japheth and Shem, will they be a strong alliance, bonded together, never kind of like separate? Not necessarily, because we are human. We have our own habits. We have our own desire. So you live in other people's tent, even brothers' tent, right? After a while, you will have arguments, or you will have unsatisfied. It's just like the same thing. Like if you live with your parents for long, you're gonna argue with each other. You definitely have something happen. So that's in the later Bible. New Testament said, don't live under the same roof with your child or something. Same thing, the brother. Same thing. If you live in a tent for a while, and especially in a very small, tight space, because tent is not big. So I will say there's another hint for this is if the territory too small, if they knew each other too much, they could have caused conflict. So we see like the culture, because Shem and Japheth represent two different cultures. And at the beginning, you have a curiosity, you have a tolerance, because there's no stray kind of like a territory required, or benefit, or own ego, whatever. But when you stay longer, or start to mix together, you will start to fight each other. So the way that's kind of like a little curse under the bless. You want to get together, you definitely will have a fight. Yeah, that's I start to understand from this blessing and the curse. Yeah, maybe Noah is not that stupid as I thought. So it's good. I keep keep reconstructing my thoughts, keep denying, try to disprove myself, to understand the Bible, and that information within it's really vasty. Yeah.